89. On one occasion, a number of elder monks were dwelling at Kosambi in Gosita's park. On that occasion, the Venerable Khemaka was living at Jujubi Free Park, sick, afflicted, gravely ill. Then in the evening, those elder monks emerged from seclusion and addressed the Venerable Dasaka thus. "Come, friend Dasaka, approach the monk Khemaka and say to him, the elders say to you, friend Khemaka, we hope that you are bearing up, friend. We hope that you are getting better. We hope that your painful feelings are subsiding and not increasing, and that their subsiding, not their increase, is to be discerned." "Yes, friends," the Venerable Dasaka replied. And he approached the Venerable Khemaka and delivered his message. Stop here for a moment. So the elder monks, they send this, must be a junior monk, Venerable Dasaka, to go and send their greetings to the Venerable Khemaka. The Venerable Khemaka answered, "I am not bearing up, friend. I am not getting better. Strong, painful feelings are increasing in me, not subsiding, and the increase, not their subsiding, is to be discerned." Then the Venerable Dasaka approached the elder monks and reported what the Venerable Khemaka had said. They told him, "Come, friend Dasaka, approach the monk Khemaka and say to him, the elders say to you, friend Khemaka, these 5 aggregates of attachment, friend, have been spoken of by the Blessed One, that is, the form or body aggregate of attachment, the feeling aggregate of attachment, the perception aggregate of perception of attachment, the volition aggregate of attachment, the consciousness aggregate of attachment. Does the Venerable Khemaka regard anything as self or as belonging to self among these 5 aggregates of attachment?" "Yes, friends," the Venerable Dasaka replied. And he approached the Venerable Khemaka and delivered his message. The Venerable Khemaka replied, "These 5 aggregates of attachment have been spoken of by the Blessed One, that is, the body aggregate of attachment, perception, feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness aggregates of attachment. Among these 5 aggregates of attachment, I do not regard anything as self or as belonging to self." Then the Venerable Dasaka approached the elder bhikkhus, elder monks, and reported what the Venerable Khemaka had said. They replied, "Come, friend Dasaka, approach the monk Khemaka and say to him, the elders say to you, friend Khemaka, these 5 aggregates subject to clinging, friend, have been spoken of by the Blessed One, that is, the body aggregate of attachment, the feeling, perception, volition, consciousness aggregate of attachment. If the Venerable Khemaka does not regard anything among these 5 aggregates subject to clinging as self or as belonging to self, then he is an Arahant, one whose asavas are destroyed." Stop here for a moment. So the Venerable Khemaka, he says he does not regard the aggregates as self or as belonging to self. So they asked him whether he was an Arahant. Not necessarily that he should be an Arahant. He can be a Sotapanna if he has discarded this. If he is a Sotapanna, he would have eliminated Sakaya Ditti, identity view, in which case he does not regard the aggregates as self or as belonging to self, or Sakadagamin or Anagamin. So here they asked him whether he is Arahant. "Yes, friends," the Venerable Dasaka replied, and he approached the Venerable Khemaka and delivered his message. The Venerable Khemaka replied, "These 5 aggregates of attachment have been spoken of by the Blessed One, that is, the body aggregate of attachment, the feeling, perception, volition, consciousness aggregates of attachment. I do not regard anything among these 5 aggregates of attachment as self or as belonging to self, yet I am not an Arahant, one whose asavas are destroyed. Friends, the notion I am has not yet vanished in me in relation to these 5 aggregates of attachment, but I do not regard anything among them as this I am." Here is saying that he does not have this Sakaya Ditti. Then the Venerable Dasaka approached the elder monks and reported what the Venerable Khemaka had said. They replied, "Come, friend Dasaka, approach the monk Khemaka and say to him, 'The elders say to you, friend Khemaka, when you speak of this I am, what is it that you speak of as I am? Do you speak of body as I am, or do you speak of I am apart from body? Similarly, do you speak of feeling, perception, volition, consciousness as I am, or do you speak of I am apart from these aggregates? When you speak of this I am, friend Khemaka, what is it that you speak of as I am?' 'Yes, friends,' the Venerable Dasaka replied. And he approached the Venerable Khemaka and delivered his message. And the Venerable Khemaka said, 'Enough, friend Dasaka, why keep running back and forth? Bring me my staff, friend. I'll go to the elder monks myself.' Then the Venerable Khemaka, leaning on his staff, approached the elder monks, exchanged greetings with them, and sat down to one side. So you see, this Venerable Khemaka, they asked him so many questions, and he got fed up. So even though he was very sick, he took his tongkat, his walking stick, and made a great effort and walked to them. The elder monks then said to him, 'Friend Khemaka, when you speak of this I am, what is it that you speak of as I am?' They repeated the question as before. And he said, 'Friends, I do not speak of body as I am, nor do I speak of I am apart from body. I do not speak of feeling as I am, nor do I speak of I am apart from feeling. Similarly with perception, volition and consciousness. Friends, although the notion I am has not yet vanished in me in relation to these five aggregates subject to clinging, still I do not regard anything among them as this I am. Suppose, friends, there is the scent of a blue, red or white lotus. Would one be speaking rightly if one would say, the scent belongs to the petals, or the scent belongs to the stalk, or the scent belongs to the pistils? No, friend. And how, friends, should one answer if one is to answer rightly? And the elder said, answering rightly, friend, one should answer, the scent belongs to the flower. So too, friends, I do not speak of body as I am, nor do I speak of I am apart from body. Similarly, I do not speak of feeling as I am, nor do I speak of I am apart from feeling. Similarly with perception, volition and consciousness. Friends, although the notion I am has not yet vanished in me in relation to these five aggregates of attachment, still I do not regard anything among them as this I am. Friends, even though a noble disciple has abandoned the five lower fetters, still in relation to the five aggregates of attachment, there lingers in him a residual conceit I am, a desire I am, an underlying tendency I am that has not yet been uprooted. Sometime later, he dwells contemplating rise and fall, or rise and cessation, or birth and death of the five aggregates of attachment. Such is body, such its origin, such its passing away. Similarly, such is feeling, perception, volition, consciousness, such their origin, such their passing away. As he dwells thus contemplating rise and fall in the five aggregates of attachment, the residual conceit I am, the desire I am, the underlying tendency I am, that had not yet been uprooted, this comes to be uprooted. Suppose, friends, a cloth has become soiled and stained, and its owners give it to a laundryman. The laundryman would scour it evenly with cleaning salt, lye or cow dung, and rinse it in clean water. Even though that cloth would become pure and clean, it would still retain a residual smell of cleaning salt, lye or cow dung that had not yet vanished. The laundryman would then give it back to the owners. The owners would put it in a sweet-scented casket, and the residual smell of cleaning salt, lye or cow dung that had not yet vanished would vanish. So too, friends, even though a noble disciple has abandoned the five lower fetters, Still in relation to the 5 aggregates of attachment, there lingers in him a residual conceit, I am, a desire, I am, an underlying tendency, I am, that has not yet been uprooted. As he dwells contemplating rise and fall in the 5 aggregates of attachment, the residual conceit, I am, the desire, I am, the underlying tendency, I am, that had not yet been uprooted. This comes to be uprooted. Stop it for a moment. So here he's saying that he's actually an anagamin, and because he has abandoned the 5 lower factors, and yet he still has this residual conceit, this mana, I am, that has not been uprooted. So he says he has to continue observing or contemplating the 5 aggregates, their nature and how they originate and how they pass away, contemplating impermanence in the 5 aggregates. Then slowly one day the I am is uprooted. And he gives a very good simile. It's that a dirty piece of cloth is sent to a laundryman. The laundryman cleans it and gives it back to the owner. And when the owner receives it, it still has a little bit of smell. So he puts it in a box with a lot of sweet-smelling flowers and perfume and all that. And then he closes the box. And then over a period of time, the cloth would imbibe, would soak up the sweet smell, the perfume. And later its nasty odor would go away. So in the same way, this I am is that nasty odor that slowly will disappear. Now this was said, the elder monk said to the Venerable Khemaka, we did not ask our questions in order to trouble the Venerable Khemaka, but we thought that the Venerable Khemaka would be capable of explaining, teaching, proclaiming, establishing, disclosing, analyzing, and elucidating the Blessed One's teaching in detail. And the Venerable Khemaka has explained, taught, proclaimed, established, disclosed, analyzed, and elucidated the Blessed One's teaching in detail. This is what the Venerable Khemaka said. Elated, the elder monk was delighted in the Venerable Khemaka's statement. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of 60 elder monks and of the Venerable Khemaka were liberated from the asavas by non-clinging. So this Venerable Khemaka is a great anagamin. He can explain so well that the 60 of the elder monks, they also attain arahanthood. So possibly they had also attained some stage of aryahood, but when they heard this teaching, then they were liberated. This is the Venerable Khemaka. You notice the monks, 60 of them who heard the teaching, they attained arahanthood. And Venerable Khemaka, who taught the teaching, he also attained arahanthood. Because in the suttas, the Buddha says there are 5 occasions, only 5 occasions when a monk attains liberation. One is when he's listening to the Dhamma, pure Dhamma. And second is when he's teaching the Dhamma. Third is when he's repeating the Dhamma. Fourth is when he's reflecting on the Dhamma. And fifth only during meditation. So you see, out of 5 occasions when an arahant attains liberation, 4 have to do with the Dhamma. It shows how important the Dhamma is. In fact, you find in the suttas and the Vinaya, most of the monks who attain liberation, they attain it when they listen to the Dhamma. But of course, according to the Buddha's discourse, the precondition is that they must have the 4 jhanas. If they already have the 4 jhanas, their mind is very clear, then they listen to this type of discourse. Or like what we read yesterday, the Anatta Lakkhana discourse, then they will attain liberation. So this sutta is a bit amusing. Actually, these elder monks, they had a lot of respect for this Venerable Khemaka. They wanted to learn from him because he's so good at explaining the Dhamma. So they sent this young monk to go and ask him all these questions. Probably they thought, because there's so many of them and they are all senior monks, it's not proper that they go to him. So they sent the young monk. The young monk kept going back and forth so many times until this Venerable Khemaka got fed up. bring my walking stick, go myself. (48.53) On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Kosambi in Gosita's park. There the Blessed One addressed the monks thus: Monks, is there a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, might understand, I am a trainee, while a monk who has gone beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, might understand, I am one beyond training? Stop here for a moment. This trainee, one who is training, refers to the 7 types of Arya. First path attainer, first fruit, second path, second fruit, third path, third fruit, and fourth path attainer. They are called trainees because they still have to train. They have not finished their work. They are called sekas, trainees. And then the one who is beyond training is called the aseka, who has no more work to do, no need to train anymore. And that refers to the 4th fruit attainer. The 4th fruit attainer is called the ARAHANT. And it also refers to the Pacheka Buddha, it also refers to the Samma Sambuddha. All of them are 4th fruit attainers. And they said, Venerable Sir, our teachings are rooted in the Blessed One, etc. And the Buddha said, there is a method, monks, by means of which a monk who is a trainee might understand, I am a trainee, while a monk who is one beyond training might understand, I am one beyond training. And what, monks, is the method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee? Here, monks, a monk who is a trainee understands as it really is, this is suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the origin of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the cessation of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. This is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee. So here, Arya is one who understands the 4 noble truths. So for you to understand the 4 noble truths, that means you have right view. And right view, the Buddha says in the Majjhima Nikaya, in the Sutta Majjhima Nikaya 43, that there are only 2 conditions to attain right view. The voice of another person, that means another person teaching you the Dhamma, and you have careful attention, or proper attention. So all here is very clear, all Aryans understand the 4 noble truths. It's only the different degree. If you understand fully, you become an Arahant. If you understand partially, then you become one of the Aryans. Again, monks, a monk who is a trainee considers thus: is there outside here another ascetic or Brahmin who teaches a Dhamma so real, true, actual as the Blessed One does? He understands thus, there is no ascetic or Brahmin outside here who teaches a Dhamma so real, true, actual as the Blessed One does. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee. So here is saying that there is no teaching outside of the Buddha Dhamma, of the original Buddha's discourses, that can compare with the Blessed One's teachings. Outside means external to the Buddha's teachings. So even later books can be considered external, because the original Buddha Dhamma is only found in the earliest Nikayas, original Pali Suttas. Again, monks, a monk who is a trainee understands the 5 spiritual faculties, the faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration, and wisdom. He does not yet dwell, having contacted with the body. That is their destination, their culmination, their fruit, their final goal. But having pierced it with wisdom, he sees. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee. In other words, a trainee, an Arya who has not finished his work, he has developed the 5 faculties, but not completely developed. partially, he has developed them partially. And what monks is the method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane beyond training, understands, I am one beyond training. Here monks, a monk who is one beyond training, understands the 5 spiritual faculties, the faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration and wisdom. He dwells having contacted with the body, their destination, their culmination, their fruit, their final goal, and having pierced it through with wisdom, he sees. This is a method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, understands I am one beyond training. That means the Arahant, he has completely developed the 5 faculties. Again monks, a monk who is one beyond training understands the 6 faculties, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind faculties. He understands these 6 faculties will cease completely and totally without remainder, and no other 6 faculties will arise anywhere in any way. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, understands I am one beyond training. In other words, this Arahant, he has full confidence that when he dies, he will not be reborn again. So that is a way. An Arya understands he is an Arya. If that Arya has not finished his work, there are 3 ways by which he understands. First one is he understands the 4 noble truths. The second one, he knows that outside the Buddha Dhamma, the original Buddha Dhamma, there is no other teaching that can compare with the original or true Dhamma. Then the third, he has developed the 5 faculties but not completely. And then the Arahant has 2 ways of knowing that he has finished his work. One is he has completely developed the 5 faculties. And secondly, he is confident that when he lays down the body, that he will not be reborn again.